Action Film Autopsy.
Oh, baby, baby, baby.
What is up, everyone? DJ Anubis here with you on the Middletown Radio Podcast with my co-host, good friend, author Rick Myers, a.k.a. Kung Fu Santa. And we are doing Action Film Autopsy, episode 44, filling in for that fat samurai guy who's usually hosting it, but he's a little busy today, taking care of some shit, as they say. But Mr.
We're
Rick
taking
is
care
here.
of the shit.
Yeah, we're taking care of shit. We're taking over.
We're taking care of it.
But Rick is here to give us his breakdown of some movies this month. And so where would you like to start?
I would like to start as usual with our opening, which you know I love. I seem to notice there are some new scenes. Marco's Aurora is in there and some other new stuff. But something else that I noticed in the opening. We're all film lovers. I think it's safe to say, right? Anybody disagree with me? We're all film lovers. But, you know, we've seen so many films. Let me speak for myself. I don't like to speak for others. I'll speak for myself. Hi, Ellison. And I love movies. I'm probably older than all of you put together. And I have seen thousands in my lifetime. So now it's kind of like I watched this opening, and of course, I'm the guy who introduced it to America, the great Kung Fu films and stuff like that. And I stopped, and I'm learning more Kung Fu, so I'm understanding more of like La Young's movies and stuff like that. But I've been taking the films for granted. And I looked at this opening, and I want next time, or if you're watching this again on YouTube, take any scene, take any 5 to 10 seconds of any scene that Fat Samurai put up on this opening and really, really think about what it took to make that scene. That's the thing that stunned me this time, because I'm taking Kung Fu for granted, but look at this. Look at the camera work. They had to figure out everything. They actually had to do it. Watch the camera. Watch the actors. Oh my gosh, just incredible.
Yeah,
right.
A lot of times it's just the choreography in general. Like, it's really amazing what they can do. I actually went to go film a scene for a low budget horror film a couple weeks ago, and I had to do one of these things where I had to swing a bat at someone's face, but you have to make sure you're not smacking them in the face. So it took a few takes because sometimes I'd be too far away or I didn't go through with the swing. But you have to think about with martial arts just how much time and dedication it is to do all the choreography just to get those scenes down the way they are.
And more often than not, they do get injured.
Yeah.
Always, especially in Asia and stuff. But that's fading out. And speaking of Asia, let's start the show by starting with my usual guys. I had a choice between my Kung Fu Santa, because who knows if I'll be able to wear this on the next episode, unless we do it in December. If we're doing it in January, it'll be another thing. So I had to wear this. But of course, I was going to wear my, Hi-Yah sweatshirt, my one-of-a-kind Hi-Yah sweatshirt. So we'll be talking about Hi-Yah now. And the, 1, 2, 3, 4 films, new to the channel and to you viewers, I think, that they put out this. And again, geez, the mix of stuff here, it's just delightful. And I'm going to start with something that we showed clips from at the San Diego Comic-Con Kung Fu Extravaganza, and which was Ghost Killer. Ghost Killer is by the makers of the Baby Assassin movies. It's Japanese film. That's one of the baby assassins. She's not playing a baby assassin. She's just playing a girl. She's playing a normal girl, but she runs afoul of the ghost of an assassin. Not a baby assassin, just a regular old male assassin. Because Lord knows, as you know, according to action movies, 3/4, if not more, of the population of the planet are hitmen and hitwomen. It's just endless amount of assassins, just killers everywhere. So, but she's just a student, and she runs afoul of the spirit of an assassin who possesses her to get revenge. And this is another film by the great Konosuke Sonomura, who did the Baby Assassins, also choreographs everything. And the choreography of this is very different. It's very close in, it's very tight, it's very practical, and it's eminently watchable. It's just fascinating, just watching the fight scenes, especially since he has a young man, the ghost, and he has a young woman, and the interplay between the killer of the assassin spirit as itself, and this assassin spirit inside the young girl is just endlessly entertaining, endlessly interesting. I mean, I've seen it 3 times now, and I'm going to watch the fights again, because this is one of my marks of a great action film. And I've said this to a couple of filmmakers. I may have said it last episode. If the fight can be removed from the film without affecting the film in any way, to my mind, it's not a great fight scene. The fight has to impart character, plot, and mood and tone and all sorts of things in order for it to be a great one. And Ghost Killer does that. Ghost Killer is a clever idea. It's impossible, but they're having fun, and they're also, they're like, scientists. They're just, speaking of Autopsy, they're doing an autopsy of action films, and not only of action films in general, but of the filmmaker of Sonomura's own films. This is one step to the side and above and away from Baby Assassins. He had 3 Baby Assassin movies. Now he's done this. I'm looking forward to what he does next. And each time he makes these movies, I'm expecting more from him. So I'm going to be very curious as to where it goes from here. But I can strongly recommend all of you to not watch it while you're, on your iPhone or on your iPad or anything, but to watch it like this. Just stare at it. Just analyze it. Take it apart. There you go. Now, the next movie, big surprise to me. This is a sequel. I avoided the original, and now I have to go back and watch the original because I saw the poster, I read the title, and I said, I'm not that interested in that. And this is Alienoid 2, Return to the Future, Dong Hoon Choi. Oh my goodness. Bring the poster back. Everything you see in this poster, except this poster doesn't have the alien. I should have given you the title character. I wish I had. They do have posters with the title character, the Alienoid itself. And that's what usually kept me away from it. But it's like back to the alien future, back to the alien past. It takes place in the past, Asian past, Asia present, Asia future, has warriors. It's just, I was delighted. It took me as a total surprise. And I was just like going, it's kind of like Ghost Killer. Where did he come up with this idea? Choi Dong-hoon, who wrote it and directed it. So you know that he did what he wanted to do. And I've seen some other people who did see the first one. They say it's better than the first one. But definitely, Rick, come on. You're sloughing on your job. Go see the first one too. So I'm telling everybody, go see the first one. I believe that's also on Hi-Yah. And watch the second one. And do it as a good double feature. And again, no looking at your phones. Look directly at the screen going.
Well, a lot of times these are in their own languages, so you don't have time to do that if you don't know.
That's right. You got to read it. You got to read the language.
Yeah.
Although I think most of the time, Wellgo and Hi-Yah has dubbed versions. When they can get the dub version, they'll have the dub version too, not exclusive. You can choose. And Netflix does that too. But we'll get to Netflix too. Yeah. Now, after those 2 movies, which I urge you to see, maybe 3 movies because Alienoid 1, I'm going to give you a movie that you can watch while you're on your phone. Or while you're doing laundry, or while you're, folding laundry. And that is the aptly titled Mystery of Error. Mystery of Error. Well, I was fascinated by that title. The Mystery of Error. What could it possibly mean? I've seen the movie almost twice. But because I couldn't. It's as crazy as the title, but not in an Alienoid kind of way. It's crazy in this kind of way. It's what is going on and why. Still entertaining. My theory, because I'm the movie detective.
Yeah.
I always want to solve why a movie is the way it is. And one of the clues on this one is that it's the director's first film or video. It's Yan Kang Zhang's first movie. And it looks that way. And it really looks like he didn't have a script either. And it was kind of like, what do you guys want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? Well, let's do this.
So
all
they
right,
probably
we'll do that. And okay,
wrote
we'll
it
do
as
that.
they were going along.
I can assure you, it's not a long movie. They just sort of said, do we have enough? Do we have enough? Did we get to 90 minutes? Okay, we can stop now. But it's still entertaining. You can still see he's trying to do something. He just doesn't seem to really know what it is he's trying to do. And another good clue that I've developed from watching these cheap streaming Chinese action or Asian action movies is that if the female character is young and pretty, but not stunningly beautiful, and the hero is playing 25 years old, but clearly is 35 to 40, you know what kind of movie you're watching. You're watching this, let's slap this baby together. But Mystery of Error is not, I watched the whole thing, and it was like, and I was surprised. It was like, I just wanted to see what they did next.
Yeah.
Because, if you guys want to have a drinking party with this one, get together with a gang, and freeze frame it after every scene, and then talk to the gang that's there and going, who wants to guess what happens next? And then, of course, if you're wrong, which you all will be, you have to take a drink.
Yeah.
So I kind of liked it. Just mystery of error. Wow, what a title! I got to write. My next book has got to be Mystery of Error or Error of Mystery. I don't know. Or Mystery Error of. I don't know. Now, I can tell you where the next movie comes from. Invincible Swordsman. There it is. Looks familiar. Oh, do you recognize somebody in the middle there with the white hair? It's not me. Do you recognize who that is?
Yes, Samo.
That's Samo. That's a good sign. And if you look at the credits,
he was so much fun in this too. So much fun.
Yeah. Well, if you look at the credits and you look at the director is Luo Yi Wai, and this is his second film. So again, but look, you also have Samo. That's a good sign. But you have to check out the screenwriter and the producer, and that is the magnificent Wong Jing, the guy who says, "Don't give a fuck." He's, his whole career was let's have fun. He was the only guy, I told this story before, who stymied the Chinese Film Bureau. When Chinese Film Bureau took over Hong Kong, they subjugated all the filmmakers except Wong Jing. Because basically they subjugated the filmmakers by demanding that the filmmakers do something that was not in character, do something that they didn't want to do. But whenever they said to Wong Jing anything, he went, fine. Do you want 4? Do you want 80 of those? I'll put whatever you want. I'll do it. I don't care. And so Wong Jing is one of and Samo are one of the holdovers from the golden age of Hong Kong cinema. This movie is another adaptation of a series of novels called The Smiling Proud Wanderer. And there's been a lot of variations. What's great about Asian or Zhang Hu novels? Zhang Hu is the martial art world, which is I've always compared to the Marvel universe and the DC universe. These are all. I mean, bring the poster back. Yeah, bring the poster back. You can see they're all in costume. They all have different weapons. They all clearly have different powers. And so basically, yeah, they are the comic book heroes of Asia, or not Asia, China specifically, Hong Kong or whatever. This is a Zhang Hu movie. It's also a Wu Sha movie, which is not Wu Shu. Wu Shu is martial arts. Kung Fu is Kung Fu. Wu Sha is the flying swordsman, swords people, if you'll excuse me. So sword humans. And this is another adaptation. The most famous adaptation for this is the Jet Li Swordsman movies, specifically Swordsman 2. If you've ever seen Swordsman 2, you'll recognize the plot of this right away. And that will help you because this is the filmmaker's second film. So it is not as cohesive as, the Jet Li versions. But still, not bad because, again, they have Wong Jing, they have Sammo Hung, and those guys are not going to allow themselves to be in just crappy movies. You won't see them in Mystery of Error. So it's still entertaining and it's a good comparison. But again, it's not as it's nice that all these professionals are giving this director, a chance to learn from them. And as such, it's fun to watch that from that point of view.
Yeah.
And see what you can learn between the new age that's doing it now on video and on streaming and the classic age who did it all in the cinemas. Also, there were several 50 episode TV series of this novel of the Proud Wanderer. So yeah, by the way, also look at the ages and the attractiveness of the leading actors.
A lot of them, like I think even there was like a couple of girls, young girls, part of another faction that were very young and all that. So yeah.
Yeah, but then you look at the main hero versus the main villainess.
Yes.
And you can see that he's young, she's not so young.
Right.
So again, it's fun to watch it balance. So now we're off of Hi-Yah. We're away from Hi-Yah, and guess where we're going?
Loya.
Hi-Yah, Loya. There we go. Or how about Hi-Bye?
Hi-Bye. Yeah.
Hi-Bye.
Hi-Bye.
Yeah, we are going to Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime, who's the little jealous brother of Netflix. And bring up the poster. Let's leave that there for a second. Everything you need to know about this movie, you see in this poster. Again, it is a Prime movie, which means there are a couple of things in this movie. One of the things I dislike the most in action movies is walking slowly away from an explosion. It just destroys any credibility the movie ever had with me. Because have you ever been anywhere near an explosion, and especially an explosion like that one? I got news for you. You're not walking away from it. You're either knocked down by it or you're killed by it. And so here we have the heavy-set gentleman, the ripped gentleman, and the children. And I bet you this poster went through at least a dozen variations. I bet there was a version of this poster where the children had guns, number one, and two, they weren't holding the hands of Kevin James and Alan Ritchson. I'm betting you that. But they wanted to establish in the poster. And also, look, Playtime just got real. Playdate. They had a repeat play. Again, at this point, you can see everybody throwing up their hands. Have you seen this, DJ?
I have not, no.
You
But
can
I'm
take off the
familiar with
poster.
Richardson because of
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait
Reacher.
a minute. Bring the poster back. Yeah, because that was one other thing you noticed. I told you you couldn't walk away from that. How did that tire get there?
And not hit them.
How did that tire get there? Did it fly over their heads and drop in front of them? Or was there another character here that this ripped in two? I mean, that's the kind of movie I will tell you that I watched it. You can take it down again now. I swear I won't bring it back. Although you could dissect that poster. I'm sure you could dissect everything in that poster because it looks like second guessing, third guessing, fourth guessing, fifth guessing. I watched that movie like this. Richson is good. Richson, he did an amazing job because I was saying, what are you doing in this movie? Why are
Well, I'm
you in this?
assuming Kevin James, because he has a comedic background. Supposing he's just a comedic source to the film.
He's just taking the money, and I have to assume that Richson is also. But Richson is doing the best he can. He's playing it straight because he's not jaded yet by Hollywood. So it's worth seeing for him. But man, I defy you to find anything you haven't seen before. And I also defy you to see anything you want to see again. It's just it's a bad dumb movie. But if you like a dumb action movies, you will be fine.
Just depends on how much you want to tolerate, I guess.
Yeah, it's tolerable. I mean, it moves along. It's stupid. Who directed again? Oh yeah, the Neil Goldman. No, Luke Greenfield directed it. He directed The Girl Next Door and Let's Be Cops. So that told me all I needed to know about how this was going to be written. And Neil Goldman wrote it. So that's why you're in good shape, because Neil Goldman also wrote mostly television comedies. He wrote Community, for Shrinking, and for Scrubs. All three good comedy TV shows. So this is a feature version that he's done. So the writing's okay, but boy, again, look at that poster. You can see what they were dealing with behind the scenes. Oh, that's right. That's a very good point, KL. What should we call you, KL? What are we gonna do? So anyway, but let's get off of that. Let's get on to something that they've already established. Just like Alienoid 2, I discovered this was a sequel. There's all sorts of secret sequels in this month's edition. And the next movie, this is a series, excuse me. This is not a series. Go ahead, pull it up. Bat Fam. Bat Fam is the sequel to Merry Little Batman, which I mentioned a couple of months ago. And it is a new original series. It's not coming soon. It's there now. And it's got the cells. It's got the bodies of Teen Titans Go. If you've ever seen the episodes of Teen Titans Go, that's the kind of the style of the animation. That's the kind of frenetic activity. But this one is surprisingly, it's by Mike Roth, who did Merry Little Batman. And it's the relationship between the children and Batman works surprisingly well for that kind of mad magazine type style of the animation. It's surprisingly effective. It's I was pleased. Good. So I can say, give it a try. Now, speaking of that, the very next thing, it looks like, because Amazon keeps on trying to rip off Netflix and keeps failing, but they've discovered that people love video games, and they try to find something that people love, but they try to do it safely, which is, the next one is The Mighty Nein. That is a sequel to The Legend of Vox Machina, which, much to my amazement, was made by Critical Role. Critical spelled critical, role spelled ROLE. And I just discovered that both Vox Machina and the Mighty Nein, which, by the way, pretty much means the mighty no in German, or it's misspelled nine. You can find it out on the show. But Critical Role is not one person. Critical Role are 8 people who love role-playing games. They have created RPG role-playing games.
Good point, because just to cover there, the animation reminds me of, you remember the old Dungeons and Dragons cartoon from the 80s? It has like a little bit of vibe about it. It has like kind of vibe, yeah.
Yeah, well, I told you that I wrote the last official Dungeons and Dragons novel, Murder in Al-Rua. And so I know all about Dungeons and Dragons, but I didn't know about RPG, even though Dungeons and Dragons is essentially RPG. But the RPG people in the Dungeons and Dragons, or the D&D people, might quibble, because it's, you know, the difference. It's the difference between, say, dim sum and sushi.
Yeah.
I mean, they seem to be the same, but they're not. They're not, especially to the Japanese and Chinese people who make them and eat them. But this, if you like RPGs, if you like D&D, check Vox Machina out. Again, you can go over to Amazon and see it all. And it's done with love. The people, Critical Role loves this stuff, and you can see the love in every second. And that's pretty good, because mainstream Hollywood is having a very hard time creating any kind of Dungeons and Dragons TV show or film that's any good at all. Even the last one, which was tolerable, was just tolerable, not tremendous. So now let us leave Amazon to its
big brother
animation, and move into the boss man, the king of the world. Oh, Netflix. I love it so. It's so ridiculously good. Every single day, I can click on Netflix, and they don't make it easy. They put you have to get right into the Netflix mind and start searching. But I guarantee from my own experience that you will find something. And it doesn't matter whether you're me or you, DJ, or anybody who's watching this, you'll find something you'll like. And you'll, KL, the reason Amazon Prime is still going is that Amazon Prime Television is not its main job. Its main job is to sell you stuff and get it to you the next day, and that's something they do extremely well. So don't worry about, they'll survive as long as people want something to buy.
Convenience.
But let's get on to Netflix. You'll find something, and not only find something in English, but you'll find something in Italian and French and German and in Chinese and Thai and Japanese, and it'll be subtitled or dubbed. You can choose it for yourself. Indian, it's all there, and it's every single day. There's new old stuff, and there's old new stuff. And there's new stuff and old stuff. And so, but we just talk about the new stuff and the action stuff. So let's get into that. The first major one that we have to talk about is probably the biggest major one that they put on in November, which is Frankenstein.
Yeah, I enjoyed this.
Now, in addition, well, you see, every single person I've talked to about this has had a different opinion of it.
Mm-hmm.
And after the first 3 or 4 people, and I went, I've got to watch this, because if they all have a different opinion, that means there's a lot. Apple, well, we can discuss that at some other time about Apple versus Netflix. Apple does good work, but the great thing about Netflix is it does good work, and it does great work, but it also does mediocre work and lousy work, which is not something Apple wants to do. But Netflix is happy to cater to everybody.
Yeah.
So Frankenstein, in addition to having written the Dungeons and Dragon book, Murder in Al-Rua, I also wrote several books on horror. I wrote several horror novels. I also wrote horror film nonfiction books. For 1 week only, the world of exploitation films, the world of fantasy films, the great science fiction films. And I also was an editor at Famous Monsters of Filmland, as well as a magazine called Movie Monsters back in the 70s. So, oh yeah, and I also wrote, we'll get to that later. I also wrote the Alien tie-in magazine. So I know about all this stuff. So Frankenstein, I have seen every single Frankenstein movie. Well, that's the thing, KL. Anybody who sees the new Frankenstein, the Del Toro Frankenstein, and by the way, there's a reason that his name is not just above the title, his name is part of the title. And that's a clue. It's Del Toro's Frankenstein. So it's going to be different from everyone else's. And that's what I liked about it, having seen all of them. If you've seen any other Frankenstein movie, you'll be able to say, well, I like this one more than that one. The trick of the Del Toro Frankenstein is that it's very Del Toro. He is making the Frankenstein movie he wants to make. And if you go to his Wikipedia page and find out about his life, you'll watch the movie and go, oh, I get it. Originally, I was unhappy because they were trying, they were basically making the Frankenstein monster into a victim. And I said, well,
Yeah.
if you're going to make him into a victim, why do you have him kill all those innocent people? I personally would think it would be much smarter is if he tried to, like Jackie Chan, he tried to avoid killing innocent people and saved his wrath for the people who deserved it. But he doesn't. So I sort of went, again, it is not my favorite Frankenstein movie, but I admire it. Again, don't love it, but I admire it. I appreciate it. It's beautifully made. The acting is all interesting. Each of the major characters is seemingly doing their performance in another movie. They seemingly, one's from theater, one from television, one from movies, and they're just
you got Mia Goth doing Mia Goth,
yeah. I mean, it's just so it's fun, it's interesting, it's watchable, but I bet you won't love it. But I bet you'll like it or find it interesting or not find it worthless. Not saying I'm sorry I saw that.
No, I wouldn't say it's like the greatest thing since sliced bread, but I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would anyway.
I liked it because he brought something new. He brought the ending is Del Toro's ending. It's and also the relationship, because remember it was written by Mary Shelley, and it was about a woman's treatment of their own child, basically. And here it's very clearly a relationship between a father and a son. And also the ending is pretty much completely different, I believe. I could be wrong. I'm seeming to remember there are a couple of Hammer movies where I'm pretty sure I'm right. This ending is different than virtually any other Frankenstein movie. And as such, I liked it. But again, I'm sorry they did this ending with the fact that he killed all those innocent people needlessly.
Because I don't think Del Toro really thought it through. Do you think he's going to try to tie this into The Shape of Water, like some sort of like universe of its own?
We'll see. He'll do what he wants at this point. I hope he doesn't do that. But if he does, I'm going to watch it because all his stuff I find is, interesting. What's the symbol of Victor Frankenstein decided not to go down to selfishly like his father after another death? There you go. That's good, Ken. I see it. This movie makes you think. Doesn't make you think, but it allows you to think if you wish to.
Yeah.
And as such, that makes it worthwhile to me. And and also it's not the same thing as all the other ones.
Correct.
So I dug it. And the acting was pretty good. Now, the best thing on Netflix this month.
I've only watched one episode of this so far.
And how do you like it so far?
I like it.
You will not be disappointed. You might. Yeah, Last Samurai Standing. It is like that, that game show where people are killing each other. What's that called again? I'm blanking on that.
Oh,
Netflix.
God.
Squid Game.
Yeah, Squid Game.
It's a Japanese samurai era Squid Game. except, oh, geez, it's Michihito Fuji, but he's fine. He's the director. He does a good job. But Junichi Okada, he's the action choreographer. And the samurai action is some of the best ever. And they do it every episode. Every episode they're doing that sword work, and I'm sort of going, ooh, so sweet, so sweet. Normally I don't do series, but I had to see every one of these because, ooh, look at that beautiful samurai swordsmanship. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. And also the star and the action choreographer also is Junichi Okada is the choreographer, and he's one of the stars of the show. And I found that fascinating. And the original title of Last Samurai Standing is Iku Sagomi, which means God of War. But whoever came up with Last Samurai Standing, nice piece. Strongly recommend this. It's if you want a good samurai. Because again, samurai stuff is completely different. The samurai swordsmanship, that's also another thing that I look for. Because, I've written all the books on martial art movies and kung fu films. The samurai swordsmanship has to be different than the Thai swordsmanship or the Chinese swordsmanship or any other swordsmanship. It's unique to their characters. So the work in this movie,
I like what they did with the poster too. I love that where the blade has like some of the other characters. I really like that effect that they did for the poster there.
That's very good. There's only one thing I was a little unhappy with, but at the same time I was happy. I was happy unhappy with it. I was yin yang with it, which was when you get to the last episode of this season, hint hint. I was watching it going, this is going to be great when they tied this all together.
Not happening, huh?
They do tie one. I appreciated the fact that they did finish one storyline, but they had like 6 storylines. And at the end, it's sort of like, oh, there's going to be season 2. All right. Oh, well, but I'm going to watch season 2 if it's as good as this one, if everybody's still back for it. So yeah, baby. Meanwhile, in another part of Asia, Netflix isn't done with me yet. We are going to Thailand, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to Thailand now. Yai Born to be Bad. Look at the bullet holes. Look at all the bullet holes. This is like an Amazon Prime poster. Look at, there's a bullet hole in the windshield. There's a bullet hole in the side window. Oh, that's not enough bullet holes. Let's put them in the title too. Let's put them in the TI. It is a gangster movie. It's a movie. Yeah, it's a movie. It's a filmmaker named Nanzi Nimi Booter. He's the leader of the Thai New Wave filmmakers. And as such, you should know from that poster, if you want a good, tough crime thriller, drama, shoot 'em up. We got a Born to be Bad guy for you. I think that's the noise people make when he shows up in the doorway with his gun. Tia! Tia! So it's not my favorite genre, but they do it justice. The issue is Thailand is not, on the basis of their martial art, of Thai boxing, and their movies and their TV shows, it is not a happy country. It is not a place where you go to sing and dance and run through the fields. It's a place where you're constantly checking to make sure that you're not about to get cut off at the knees. And so that's not something I normally choose to enjoy. I like the Yakuza stuff in Japan. I like the triad stuff in China because they have different aspects. Thai, pretty much everybody's miserable, apparently. And there's not that much difference. There's a lot of sadness and brutality, a lot of brutality.
Yeah.
So if that's your cup of tea, man, drink hearty. It was fine with me, but I'm saying, oh, when's the next Last Samurai Standing going to be? All right, so let's see. Are we done?
Yeah,
Yes, I
we're done
believe
with
we're done
Netflix.
with Netflix for this month. Although we could have done Wake Up Dead Man, the latest Benoit Blanc Knives Out mystery, because that has already premiered in the movie theater. But it's coming out on Netflix on December 12th. So I decided that we're going to review that in December. And then but I also wanted to tell you that now, on the basis of that, I realize why Netflix has been so reluctant to show its movies in the movie theater before it shows its movies on streaming, because that's what all the studios want them to do. Come on, Netflix,
I
get with the
think Kevin
program.
wants to know if you're going to do Troll 2
This month?
next month.
No.
Well, December, yeah.
Well, I'm hoping DJ does that. If I have to, I will. But even though I like horror, I'm not as big an expert as DJ and Fat is. So hopefully one of us will see it. And if not, if you insist, we'll all DJ Fat and I will get on the text. And say,
Yeah, Fat might just tell me to do it. Like, he always tries to find like some sort of horror film that I'll review. That'd probably be one of them, even though it's more like a kaiju type thing. But
we'll do it. We'll do it.
Yeah.
But anyway, the reason why I understand better why Netflix does not want to put its movies in the theater first before it streams it online, because it takes a lot of the power, especially of Wake Up Dead Man. Wake Up Dead Man is a Playfair murder mystery. And the fact that it is premiered in the movie theaters, you can go to Wikipedia right now and find the mystery solved. And it's like, and Netflix is going, oh, you motherfuckers. God, how could you do that? It's, you're just taking away all our viewership. It won't be surprising. The mystery genre especially. And I'm a mystery writer. I love mysteries, TV detectives, Armchair Detective, all this stuff. So I'm struggling not to go to Wikipedia because I kind of want to know. I'm going, no. I watched the last two. I worked on Murder, She Wrote and Columbo. I created what the creators of Columbo considered the second best gotcha in the history of Columbo. So I love that kind of shit. I don't want it ruined for me.
Well, what episode is that so I can go find it?
It is called, again, I'm blanking on it. Hold on. Columbo Cries Wolf. It's from some of the last, the reason was that Peter Falk had taken over the show by then. And Levinson and Link, the creators of the show and the producers of the show and the writers of the show, Peter Falk was throwing his weight around. And so they came to me and my friend Chris Brown, who drew Hagar the Horrible, and said, could you guys have any mysteries for us? Because we don't like working with Peter Falk anymore. And we said, so we gave them a whole plot about this old house kind of home renovator. And they turned it into a Playboy magazine type publisher. And they originally wanted George Hamilton, but they couldn't get him because he was on an earlier episode that season. So they got a sort of like a nobody actor, but they still loved the ending. They still didn't do it as well as Chris and I wanted them to do it, but they thought it was the second best one they've ever done. And of course, whenever we saw them in the subsequent years, we'd always go, second best? Second? What's first? Then they would say what they thought was first. And I went, okay, yeah, you're right.
Okay, you're okay.
Yeah. So now we are going into Disney.
Yep.
And we are going to see, I should have saved this for the beginning of the show because we have gotten to the mediocre section. These are a series, there's a bunch of films, both in the cinemas and on Disney, because Disney now is spreading itself thin, because Disney Plus is not just Disney Plus anymore. Disney Plus is Hulu, Disney Plus is Food Network, they're all these different things. So they're getting all these lost leaders. And one of these is Osiris. It's a filmmaker named William Kaufman. He's a writer-director. Look at the cast. You recognize any names?
I actually I watched this and like I was disappointed, but
Of course.
I did like Brianna Hildebrand, who I recognize from the Deadpool films, and of course Linda Hamilton's always good as what she does. But yeah, overall, I was just kind of like, what am I watching? What is this?
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give it?
Ooh, 4.
There you go. Exactly. We're getting into the mid-range. We're getting into this part of the show now. All the films that we're not going to give a thumbs up or a thumbs down for. We're just going middle of the road, baby. So
Yeah.
if you've got nothing else to do, if you don't subscribe to Netflix, if you can't go on YouTube and find something, YouTube's showing all the old detective shows now. So whenever I have a half an hour spare, I jump on YouTube and watch first season episode of Dragnet, and not the new Dragnet, the original Dragnet. And it's like, so yeah, if you can find nothing else to do. Now, I want new filmmakers to do well, but if you can't make a better than number 5 movie, it's better than 2. But even the ones from 1 to 5 sometimes are more entertaining than the middle range. Because even the terrible ones, if they're so bad they're good, then that's great.
Yeah.
But a mediocre movie will never be anything. It's just
Yeah, you should be striving
mediocre.
at least to get up to around a 7, just to at least get noticed. Really,
And I understand, because for years I worked in the film business and I was trying to sell. I kept telling people, do something different. Don't do the same old thing. But the monetary situation is that I bet Osiris, since it was a cheap, not an expensive movie, made its money back because there are film markets all over the world who don't want something exceptional. They want something middle of the road. They don't want their customer to come back and want something better. That's why horror movies, that's why the people who made Nightmare on Elm Street, the sequels, didn't like number 3, because that was exceptional. And they're saying, now we have to live up to that. And all these slasher movies, they want them to keep them mediocre because they don't want their audience to expect more. And so that's true. So I understand why they make things like Osiris, because there is a market for it. You can go to the international film market or the world film market, and you can sell the thing enough, as long as you don't make it too expensive, that you'll make a profit. But also, you won't sell. You might be able to make a living, but also ultimately it will sap your creative juices. But what the hell, as long as you're okay. So, all right, let's get out away from Osiris and go back to animation. I love animation. Prep&Landing. As you probably know, I'm Santa Claus. I have been Santa Claus since 2005. I love all my elves. My elves are the best. And this is the 3rd movie in this series. They've had 2 previous Prep&Landings. I like the first 2. I like the first one a lot. I liked the second one fine. And Prep&Landing, I sort of went, oh, deja vu. Because the whole the design of the episode is designed to be deja vu. It's not actually one story. It's a half hour with 3 stories in it. And it's like, and as such, I mean, the animation is great. It's directed by Shane Zalvin, who did Flushed Away and the live action 101 Dalmatians, not the Cruella de Vil, but the remake of 101 Dalmatians live action. And
okay.
So he directed it. It's fine. If you haven't seen the other 2, it's okay. But that's what I get for having expectations. I always like to go to these things with no expectations, so I'm not disappointed. Because if I have no expectations and it's great, I'll be thrilled.
Yeah.
But if I have expectations and it's not great, I go, oh, I wish that were better. But it's okay. But now I defy anybody to say that this next piece is okay. Go ahead. That's right. I love making of film. I love James Cameron. And I probably love this documentary more than I like the movie.
Really?
Yeah, because the Avatar movies don't thrill me. Because as I've said, my theory about James Cameron, every single one of the movies that he's written, he has written in the guise of another persona.
Mm-hmm.
And he does the Avatar movies like an 11 or 12-year-old. Because they're all very cliched.
Yes.
They're all very, you know, things. It's what an 11 or 12-year-old fantasy fan would do. But also, especially from the first Avatar movie, the dialogue, they're doing all these cliches because that's what an 11 or 12-year-old would do. Because they're not thinking of original dialogue. 11 or 12-year-old is going, you know, what's a cliche? Didn't they have a line from Casablanca in the original Avatar? I forgot what it was, but I remember there was one. There was all these weird knockoff dialogue stuff, and so I'm hoping the new one, Fire and Ash, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
I'm
fire.
going to
It's funny, Fire and Ash. I think
Yeah.
this is called Fire and Water, making an Avatar film. So
Right. And again, I loved it. The documentary. And it's prepared me. I think James Cameron is very smart. He's preparing me specifically. Because he knows I'll be disappointed if he writes it like a 12-year-old again. I don't know if that's true, sir. You shouldn't, KL. There's one thing everyone in Hollywood has learned, including me. Do not bet against James Cameron. Do not bet against that man.
do you think he waited too long, though, if he does change it? Because I actually went and saw the last one, and it was okay, but it was not great. So, like...
But guess what? He doesn't care.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
He's only... It's like Del Toro. Do you think Del Toro made that movie, Frankenstein, for me or you? No, he made it for him.
Oh, yeah.
And I can appreciate that. Cameron does what he wants to do, period. He's paying for the film. And so I want to see what he wants to give us. And so I'm excited. And I'll see it. But again, I won't have any expectations. Because even the technical stuff, unlike certain members of the action film Autopsy team, I don't care if it looks and sounds great. You know, certain people who will be seeing it a little bit will, you know, oh, the sound work and the film work and the special effects are so, it's on my top 10 list because of the sound in the film. I mean, Tron Ares is on his 10 best list. I'm going, but be that as it may. So again, if it makes me feel something, if it makes me think, I'll be happy. But I'm still going to see it. It's James Cameron. So anyway, but the documentary, strongly recommended. But again, I'm giving you advance thumbs up. Next, now we're away from Disney Plus and we're into the theaters. And here's the next two. The next two are Osiris level. Bring it up. Now I appreciate this. Again, you know, and that's something else I'm going to look for now. If they repeat something from the title in the tagline, I will know that they're not thinking strongly enough. Again, every fox has its prey. What is it called? Stone Cold Fox.
I almost sat and watched this, but my question to you is, because I do like Shipka as an actress, so how was she in this?
The cast is great. Look at that. Kristen Ritter, Shipka, Kiefer Sutherland. They're all great. And the filmmaker, Sophie Tebey, was the writer and director. So she made what she wanted to make. And what she wanted to make was an action film for lesbians. And that's what she did. But from an action person, action wasn't good enough for me. Acting was fine. I would give I would give Stone Cold Fox a 4.9, maybe a 5. And as such, it's interesting. And if you like those actors, it's worth seeing for them. But don't fast forward to the fights. You'll be disappointed. But hey, more power to her. She did what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
And hopefully it speaks to her audience, the audience she wants it to speak to. And and tomorrow I'll be out shopping, and a woman will come up to me in the store and go, "How dare you say that about that? I thought that was a great movie." And I'm going, "Excellent. You're the audience. Good. I'm glad you liked it. I will let everybody know that you liked it because you're the audience. I'm not the audience."
Yeah.
But my attitude is, even if you are making a lesbian action film or a lesbian thriller or whatever, it should be for everyone.
Yeah.
Not just, but
or at least try to broaden your horizons in terms of your audience appeal.
Do a good job. If you're going to call a movie Stone Cold Fox, try to make it for the Stone Cold Fox lovers.
Yes.
The Stone lovers, the Cold lovers, and the Fox lovers. And don't repeat a word from your title in the tagline. That's showing that you're not thinking fast and smart enough. You're not being smart enough. Now, Trap House. Well, at least they don't repeat, this isn't a trap, it's a reckoning. This isn't a raid. So
it's a trap.
So it's a little better. It's a little better than, the other ones. And indeed, it is a little better. I would give this close to a 7.
Okay.
Yes, because again, look at the quality of the actors involved. And it's Michael Dawes, who did Stuber, and Adrian F. Gonzalez did the action. The action is clearly better than Stone Cold Fox. It is. I love it again in the poster. The girl's holding the woman's holding the gun up like this, but Dave Bautista's not going to hold the gun up like this, man. He is going to point it. If he had his druthers, he'd point it right at you. But they said, nope, point it to a guy off screen. So as such, it's Dave Bautista collecting a check. But Dave Bautista is not going to phone it in. Dave Bautista is one of these guys, like Liam Neeson, like Alan Ritson, who's not going to phone it in. Like Jason Statham, they are not going to phone it in. So you're guaranteed that if you go see a Bautista movie, you're going to see a Bautista movie. And Trap House, guess. Go ahead, guess what it's about.
No idea.
Well, if you're interested in a trap house, a trap or a house, or a raid, or not a raid, you'll be fine. If you choose to watch this, it shouldn't be a waste of time. I don't think you'll find it a waste of time. I didn't find it a waste of time.
Is it worth enough to go to the theaters for?
I don't think so. No, this is a streaming movie. This is an Amazon Prime movie.
Okay.
No, don't spend money on this.
Yeah.
That's make it part of the package. No, it's, and also if you're going to go to movies, there's enough movie. I mean, we're getting to some movies now that, this is what you want to see, especially at the end of the year. Going to see Trap House in November or December, what the heck, man? Good. I'm glad you filled your schedule, but it's all right.
All right.
Now, another sequel coming up. Muzzle, City o' Wolves. I'm not going to call it anything but City o' Wolves.
Was the first one called Muzzle, or?
It was.
Okay, so I didn't know there was a first one like this.
Yep, it's right. And there we go, Aaron Eckhart. Aaron is he tries not to phone it in, but sometimes it looks like he has a hard time not phoning it in. And of course, this is a movie for dog lovers. Oh, you're talking about Trap House, okay?
Yeah, he's on Trap House.
This is a gentleman who works with police dogs and dogs, and if you like dogs, you should like this. It's okay. It's not terrible, not great, But I admired they tried to do something different, and you could tell that the makers of the film who did this one as well as the prequel, Muzzle. Then there's Muzzle City of Wolves, and then there'll be Muzzle on Your Face, and then there'll be Muzzle Your Mouth, and there'll be all these things, and they'll all be for people who like dogs, and I like dogs. And again, thinking about how they made that movie, making movies with animals is rough. So rough, get it? Rough,
really rough.
Anyway, so if you like dogs, go see it. Otherwise, I'll tolerate the next one if they do another one. But I think another guess I have is that they put it out in November because they didn't want to make another one. They say right. It's surprising, and they put it out in November. So I guess they're trying to make sure that they don't get to make another one because there's no way it's going to make a lot of money in November in theaters. So really weird. But now
they asked, did the first one have dogs too, or just the second one?
No. First one. Oh yeah, of course. It's called Muzzle. They all
this next one, I'm going to be very curious what you thought because I love the first two. So
of what?
The next one you're going to talk about?
Oh my God! Oh, then you're okay. You're fine. This is Hollywood has to learn, and Hollywood does learn because when I was working in Hollywood, it was a battle. They were going to get their money. Everybody from television movies get their money no matter what. Rob Reiner said many, many years ago, "You will not believe how much any movie or television show makes, even if it's terrible, even if it fails, you will not believe how much money it makes." But now we are in a new market. Now things are changed. So movies are failing and they're not making money all over the world anymore. Streaming has changed all that. So and also back in the day when everything made money, all the producers played mind, body, killer games. They just tried to screw everybody over they could. Producers, not directors, not script writers, but studio executives and producers tried to play these games. I've told these stories before of how they screwed over Levinson and Link, how they screwed over again, I'm an old man, so I'm blanking, but I could tell you these stories. But now certain studios are going, we're not going to do that anymore. We need to make money at this point because the money is not guaranteed anymore. So let's make some things that, and here's the magic word, satisfy the audience. Satisfy the audience, which means we're not going to purposely sabotage the movie. We're not going to purposely make a mediocre film. We're going to make an entertaining movie. And you can always tell, because what was the returns on this movie? I love magic too. I was very good friends with the amazing Kreskin. And every Christmas he would have a Christmas Eve party and he would do an entire magic show right in front of us.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if I think I've told this story before. He had me pick up a card. He had me sign the card. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said, because I remember I had a picture of me holding the card. And then he held up the card. This is as big as the magic trick went. I picked the card. He's standing right here. I'm standing right there, looking at each other. I pick a card. I sign the card. I give him the card. He holds up the card right in front of my face. He burns the card in front of my face. I watch the card burn. It goes into the ashtray. He continues with his show. Thank you, Rick. You can sit down now. He continues with his show. Later on in the show, he does all these other things, the mentalism and all the fun stuff. And then at one point near the very end of the show, he's doing something else. And he turns to me and goes, "Oh, by the way, Rick, is this your card?" And he gives me my card back. And I still have it. I still have it in the...
That's awesome.
So I love magic. And I went to, of course, and saw the first two movies in the Now You See Me series. And I was delighted because I knew about magic, because Kreskin would tell me all this stuff. Because what would happen at his, I always stayed after everybody else went home, because Kreskin was like 20 years older than me. So most of his friends were his age. So they went home earlier. And so I would, but Kreskin, being wired the way he was, because his mind worked a million miles a minute, he and I would sit in the kitchen and talk until 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 in the morning. And he would tell me all sorts of amazing, wonderful stuff. And so I went to see the Now You See Me movies, understanding how magic worked. I also went to the Penn and Teller show in Vegas, and that was astonishing as well. But again, I just got to guess which ones I understood. Okay, I know what you're doing there. But be that as it may, what I found out about, did you know this, that in all the Now You See Me, all the magic tricks are being done real on the set.
I didn't know that.
They do all the backgrounds. They've got a long list of video effects people, but they're doing different things. All the tricks are being done on the set. They're not doing any special effects on the tricks.
Huh.
And as such, I found that the energy comes through the screen, and it's satisfying. The audience is like, because even when you're seeing like the Penn and Teller show or a Kreskin show, you're still sitting there and he's still doing inexplainable things or unexplainable things. He could explain them, but he's not going to. And you still don't know how it was done, but it was still done. And so it's
I like how they interweave like the drama with the wowism of the magic. So like you're still having fun, but there's still like this underlying tension of the plot itself.
Yeah, but you're having fun too.
Yeah.
I mean, they basically, and they did that in this one as well. And that's why it made more money than the other two, because people have discovered them now, and they are going, unlike Megan 2.0, where they broke the unwritten law, do not disappoint your audience. And they changed it. It was a clever idea, not really clever. They were, just knocking off, not Terminator. Yeah, Terminator.
Terminator.
Right. Here, they just wanted to satisfy the audience. They just wanted to do the same thing as the other one, and the audience rewarded them. Because you look at the returns, and bam, and it's done by, just like Ruben Fleischer, who made Zombieland and Venom. Zombieland was okay, Venom not so much. But this one was fine. It satisfied. It delivered. There you go. I left the theater like this.
Good.
That was good. That was fun. I enjoyed that. I look forward to the next one. So that was cool. But I did not leave the theater with this expression for the next movie.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Well, I've been watching Edgar Wright slowly trying to become Del Toro and Cameron. But I'm guessing there has to be something psychological in his background, something psychological when he was growing up, that causes him to sabotage himself. He wants to do something different, but he kind of wants to do something different like this.
Yeah.
I'm going to do something different. I'm going to do something you don't expect. I'm going to do something that you may not want or satisfy you because I want to do that. You look at his early films, and they were very interesting, and they were pretty darn good. I mean, basically, he had, I think, three stages. He had the 1996 to 2004 when he was doing TV stuff, and it was all good. He was looking to do something fresh. He was looking to do something new. He was looking to do something special. And then 2004, when he got into movies, and he did Shaun of the Dead, and he did Hot Fuzz, and he was doing it. But then, what was it? Was it Ant-Man? He had gotten to a level where they said, "Could you come do an Ant-Man movie for us?" And he would go, "Sure, I can." And then he would come and go, and they would say, "Could you do it like this?" And he would go, "No." I don't want to do it like that. And I'm not going to do it like that. I quit. And he went back to movies. And it seemed to me when I went to see his movies that he kept doing that. It was like he was looking over his shoulder at me in the audience and going, you think you want this? You think I'm building to this? I'm not building to this. I'm going to build to this. And this one, which was Running Man, first half, 3/4 maybe, it seemed to be building, okay, satisfaction. I know the book. I know the previous one. I was hoping they would do the book. And he sort of did for the first half. But then he started, I'm going to change it. I'm not going to do what you expect. Screw you. And he did. He sort of went, and I came out and went, well, that was unsatisfying. I didn't come out the way Fat came out. If you guys want to check out the verses where they did old Running Man versus new Running Man, I'll tell you in secret. Fat asked if I would do that episode of verses, the Running Man versus Running Man. But I didn't tell him, although he probably could have guessed, but I'm going to tell all you now. I didn't like either of them. So
really? You didn't like Schwarzenegger either, huh?
I didn't love it. Yeah, I thought, again, I wanted to be more like the book. I mean, it was okay, but I thought, during that movie, I was going, oh, this could be better. Oh, this could be much better. Oh, this should have been better. Why isn't this better? And then this one, it was like, so it's like, oh, darn it. All right. Now, here we have, if you're going to go to the movie theaters, I want to go back to the movie theaters before the end of December and watch these next 3 movies as a triple feature. First, we have
Wicked for Good.
Yep. Again, it's one of those situations. It was fascinating to me. You cannot kill the show. You cannot kill the movie. But he's another director who seems to be best with his own original material. When making films based on others, he struggles. No, he made some of his own material to which he struggled. I mean, Baby Driver.
I liked Last Night in Soho. I thought that was beautifully done.
I never saw that.
You gotta check it out. It's really beautifully done.
That's cool. But was Baby Driver somebody's other project?
Yeah, I like Baby Driver too. That was pretty cool too.
I didn't like Baby Driver, but anyway.
Oh, okay.
But be that as it may, Wicked, you can't hurt it. Although a lot of people tried, because that's the nature of the internet at this point, or as I call it, social media. And they all tried. I mean, when the movie was screened, all the reviews were, oh, this is awful. Oh, I hated this. Oh, I walked out. Oh, I walked out too. Oh, I also walked out. But that's, they're all they're all like Burn the Witch. They're all have the Burn the Witch torches out. But then when the movie actually came out, everybody went, what are these people talking about? This is a very ambitious movie. Again, it's John Chu. And John, again, he wanted to make the Wicked he wanted to make, but he wanted to respect Wizard of Oz, and he also wanted to respect the Broadway show. And if you go in knowing that he has an open heart, an open mind, and an open hand, it's very tough to not like this, because it is so smart, it is so deep, it is so challenging. It takes all 3 sources, it takes all 2 sources, the Wizard of Oz books, and the Wicked books, because of course the Wicked was a book which was a retelling of the Wizard of Oz books, and it's just, and they do their own magic, and they do their own communication to the audience. In that, all the singing is live in the movie. They don't record the singing. And I just look at these 2 stars and I'm going, you must have the most amazing throats in the world. Talk about deep throat. It's like, wow. because
Yeah, it is funny because like I've seen both of these. I went with my wife to watch it because she's a big, stage actress that she used to do,
yeah,
and she loves this stuff. But she enjoyed it, but she was more like she's more about the Broadway stuff because of
yeah,
was it Kristen Chenoweth and them.
right,
So yeah, so she was bigger on like the vocal part, but she did enjoy the films. I mean, we didn't hate them at all. So like
yeah.
they weren't that bad.
But again, and she knows that they were actually singing on set, and there's no way they can do it in one take. So
Yeah,
they're singing for every shot, and
yeah.
they're just and as such, I'm just like going, oh, these people are kung fu. That's why it's on. That's why it's on the action film Autopsy, because there is action in the movie, but at the same time, as far as I'm concerned, this is kung fu, because kung fu, as I define it, is human achievement. Hey, do you want to get on screen? Do you want to say something?
She's kind of out of the way, but she was just mentioning how the when you mentioned the kung fu, how they were fighting with the brooms
Yeah,
and the wands and stuff. So
yeah.
yeah,
So it's just this. I enjoyed this immensely, and it's eminently rewatchable. It's every time you see this movie, you'll see something different and something new and something rewarding. So that's fine. So this is deeper. But now here's something that's not deep at all.
this is my boy.
Man, talk about satisfying.
Yes.
Talk about satisfying. You look at that man's face, ladies and gentlemen. You look at that man's face. Do you think he fails? Do you think he fails? Sisu, Road to Revenge. If you saw the first Sisu, you'll probably know what this one is. They're not disappointing anybody. They're saying, basically, you also know that it's John Wickish in that
Yes.
you can't kill him. No matter how many times he should be dead during the making of this, he won't die. Don't worry about it. He won't die. And
Well, it's kind of like what you said before. Like when they make a movie like this, they know what they're doing. They know who their audience is, and they just go and just make it. Doesn't matter if it really makes a lot of sense, but it's, as you say, satisfying.
it's a gentleman named Jalmari Hellander and Jorma Tomila and Lauren Okidojobo. Oh, they're going to make their movie. We're not going to, whatever the producer says, we don't care. We're going to make what we want to make. And
Yep.
the poster tells you all you need to know. And
So
if, yeah, I defy you not to come out of the thing going, yeah, yeah. They set it up beautifully too. They killed his family. You don't kill his
yeah,
family.
yeah, you don't do that.
What's the matter with you? Oh. And speaking of this, next, I have been waiting more than a decade for this movie. Take the
Has it been
poster
that
off.
long?
Oh yeah. Or
Really?
maybe no, I think it was 7 and 9 years. I'm trying to remember when the last one was. It's been a while. It's much longer than it should have been. Take the poster down. Oops. Let me show you something. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can move my arm back. You see this thing?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute, it's down here. What that says is, that's from Disney. Yeah, there we go. Thanks, Rick. Thank you for inspiring us. So I was at Disney in 2017, and I saw Zootopia, #1, Encanto, Zootopia, and some. Well, let's get off on Encanto. Let's just do Zootopia. Zootopia made $1 billion with a B. And I went and I spoke to Disney, and I said, "Where's the sequel?" And I'll play the person. Let me take my glasses off so you can see my eyes. The person I asked, whose job it was, is to bring me around the animation studio and bring me to wherever I wanted to do. Before my talk, I spoke in front of the entire studio about the art of action, the art of screen action, because they were making the live action Mulan, and they were making Raya and the animated Raya and the many dragons. And I was trying to help them with those. So I asked her, where's the sequel to Zootopia? And this is what she did. And after I went into I was brought to several rooms after my speech to talk to crews who were working on films, on future films. And I discovered that this was at the time when Bob Iger was supposedly going to retire and Bob Chapek was taking over. And everyone in those rooms were acting like everybody at Miramax. Because I visited Miramax several times because of the Kung Fu connection, because they put out all the Kung Fu movies on the Miramax videos. I mean, on the DVDs. And walking into Miramax, you could feel the fear and the paranoia and the downtroddenness. And in these rooms, you could tell who was being browbeat. You could tell who was browbeating them. You could tell which producer was making this movie because they could, because the head of the studio said they could. So they're going to make it the way they wanted to, but they're not talented. And they resented, this is Hollywood like in the golden years. They resented anyone who was talented, and they would do to downtrodden them. So if you look at some of the films that came out in 2017, I mean, I reviewed them on the show, and you could guess, but there were producers who were who were purposely making them having their own way. They weren't trying to make a good movie. They were trying to make a movie that they wanted to move, and nobody could tell them they couldn't. So Zootopia, this is my other favorite story. What was the one about the balloons that brought the house
up?
Up.
Yep.
I was at Disney when Up came out, and I said, where are all the Up toys? And they said, there are no Up toys.
How do you not have Doug?
You want to know how? This is what I was told. And I can never say who told me this, but I believe this person, which was the marketing department went to the filmmakers of Up and said, we have done the studies, and the mass audience are not as interested in old men and Asian boys as they would be with, a teenager or a father and like Goofy and his son. And the filmmakers said, you know what? We are not going to change them. And not only are we not going to change them, we're going to make the most successful animated movie of the year. And the marketing to people did this. Well, then you're not having any toys because they won't sell. And they didn't. And so Zootopia comes out. It makes $1 billion with a B, no toys, or one or two really minor toys, badly designed toys. This is what is called revenge of the marketing department. Because usually my experience has been with most marketing departments, the people who are not creative go to the marketing department so they can have power without having to be creative. And so it took them years. Of course it would, but they're having their power games.
Yeah.
So in any case, Zootopia finally comes out. What was the biggest animated hit of the year? The very first week, Zootopia 2, because now Bob Iger is back, and enough time has passed that the damage is not as. I got news for you. There's a lot of Zootopia 2 toys. And also, it was delightful. Also, Netflix helped with that too. Keep in mind that K-pop Demon Hunters could not get a release. The company that actually made it didn't want to release it because it was just good. It didn't fit all the marketing surveys they've done. So Netflix goes, we'll take it. And now it is the most watched animated movie in the world, if not history. And it is rewatchable over and over and over and over and over again because it's got energy, it's got smarts, it's got fun, it's got love, it's got creativity and power.
I was actually wondering about that. I'd be curious to see it up to, so I hope he kind of does.
Well, that's right, because at this point, all the chaff that I talked to, all those power mongers are gone. Now the people who are talented, now they have to do the same thing to Marvel. They have to clean out Marvel. But
Yeah.
at this point, all the guys who did Zootopia 2, which is Jared Bush and Brian Howard. Brian Howard did Tangled, another movie that the marketing department wouldn't let be called Rapunzel. No, they won't go for that. They don't go for that. Because they don't like that. You have to call it something else. And Jared Bush did Encanto and Moana 2. What's the most successful movie on Disney, animated movie on Disney Plus? Moana 2. So yeah, just listen to these people. Don't bring in all these power mongers. So that's the one good thing about the struggle that Hollywood is in. The guys who used to fuck other people over now do it at their own peril. And hopefully they will do it less and less, because when the movie comes out and it tanks, you're going to have studio heads. I'm interested to see what Seth Rogen does with the Studio season 2, because Studio season 1 were all those stories of fuckers. If you watch the Apple TV and on the Studio, those are all the stories of how the producers and the executives used to fuck other people. I want to see Studio 2 in the new age. That would be fun. Now, I believe we have some videos from far, far away. Could you run a video from far, far away, please?
A video?
Yes, a video. 2 videos.
Where are they?
They were sent to you.
Through Facebook?
Well, let me check. I mean, I had them. Hold on.
Hold up.
Yeah, Fat sent them to you.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we're screwed.
Yeah, we are screwed.
There are videos from Frank Jang.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no. Yeah,
Let me see.
on.
When did he send them? Like, were they through the Facebook or through email?
Here they are. They're far up. I
Hold
suppose
on.
I could.
Fanatical Dragon? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's the same thing that we did. That one. Hold on. Let's see if this works. Hold on.
Okay.
This is his intro. He's wasting time. He's just showing the background, because I always reprimand him. So this is the 2-minute one. Let's see if we can get this. Oh, that was wrong.
You taking pictures?
Oh no. Okay, sorry.
You're okay.
Hello, Frank Jang here, the commentary piece. I'm at the West Kowloon Cultural Center in Hong Kong. This is the M Plus Museum, where we have the Exploitation documentary, our Exploitation documentary, and the tons of booths are being screened later this afternoon.
Sorry.
I'm here to talk about Predator Badlands. This is, of course, the latest Predator movie from Dan Trachtenberg, who had successes with both Prey and the animation version on, I think, Netflix or Hulu. So anyway, there's this new Predator movie about this young amateur predator whose father really kind of think that he's useless and will kill him. And to prove his merit, the young predator decided to go to the most dangerous planet to kill one of the most dangerous creatures in the whole universe. And along the way, he met this android played by Adam Sandler, who only have the upper half body. So they kind of struck up this little road trip where he would help her find the lower half of the body, where she would help him get rid of it. So now
I'm doing great. Hold on. Sorry, folks.
It's a very beautifully shot movie. Obviously, the whole universe is CG and stuff. There's some great creature effects and wonderful visuals, and the action is wonderful. The sound is wow. I mean, I saw it in IMAX. Sound was huge, and it really had a lot of the elements that you've seen in previous Predator movies, like how the Predator will be able to adapt the environment to his own advantage, using the local dangers and to make it like weapons out of them. And Alice Fanning is fantastic. The android really have another purpose, and that's one of the beauty of the film. The film actually has several twists that were not shown in the trailer, so it was actually there's quite a bit of pleasant surprises in the film. Now, granted, there are some flaws. There are many elements in the film that makes you feel like they're trying to make it like a Marvel, Disney kind of feel movie. The movie has some elements where it's like you can tell they're trying to cater to all demographics, so it's not really a hardcore Predator fan would probably not like it that much, but it's still a very exciting, entertaining movie. And so, and I really like the theme about family, true to yourself, and also how feeling can be developed between machines and creatures. So anyway. Predator Badlands is a great film. I think it will be on my top 10 list, so be sure to go and check out Predator Badlands. Until next time, take care and goodbye.
Hi, Frank.
Wow, is everybody throwing up from seasickness now? I'm sorry, everybody. Well, as usual, Frank, he thought Tron Ares was definitely on his top 10 list, but Predator Badlands, maybe. Well, as usual, I quite liked it.
Yes.
I thought it was excellent. It did what Megan 2 should have done in that it told its story in a way that you believe it's a predator, but at the same time you also you begin to understand the society that they live in and why he behaves the way he behaves. And of course, they also are folding in something Frank didn't mention. They're folding in all this alien stuff. This is where you would have put up the Alien magazine that I wrote. But this is not just a sequel to Predator. This is also sequels to Alien. This is Dan Trachtenberg doing an amazing job combining all these concepts and making it into legitimate science fiction. I love science fiction. I read all the science fiction novels. I was a high-ranking gentleman in the Science Fiction Writers of America for a long time. Do you have my science? Oh yeah, I wrote the great science fiction films, and did I also give you one of my novels?
Is it the Doomstar?
Yeah, Doomstar. Right. Again. You look at the cat creature, you look at the robot creature, you look at that gentleman in the middle is a clone on a planet where they name all the clones after second-rate comedians. So the clone's name is Larry. But be that as it may, the Predator Badlands is very, very rewarding and satisfying. The action was done by Vincent Bouillon, who also did the John Wick movies. It was, it's a nice surprise. He's after doing Prey, which I loved, and Killer of Killers, the animated trilogy in one film, and now this one. It's like, this guy is good. Although I think he's going to be wedded to the sequels to this for a while. I'll see anything he does in this genre, but I also want to see if he does anything outside this genre, because he has made other movies, but none of them has been good as his Predator films.
Yeah.
So that's that, baby. Shall we do the thumbs up stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, and tell your wife just to put her arm from off screen. If she's not feeling well, just have your arm come from off screen, up, down, or middle. Are we ready?
Not yet. When we get there.
Can my hand reach that far?
I don't know if your hand can. Right? No.
Let's see. Where is she? Is she off screen? Where is she?
She's in front of me.
Oh, she's in front of you. We'll get to the right side of the Strike First poster, so you can't see her. But then just put her.
Well, should we do the Wicked one first, or just start from the top and go down?
Top from the top and go down.
Okay. Well, let's start with Ghost Killer.
Ghost Killer. Put my thumbs up.
And I'll have to put this up real quick because it takes the whole screen, but then you can give your Alienoid Return to the Future.
Thumbs somewhat up. Mostly up.
Rick's favorite movie of the year, Mystery of Error.
It goes like this.
This one I will give some thumbs up.
Here we go. Wait a minute. Yeah. Well, to be honest with the Mystery of Error, every single scene would have a different thumb. Scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, scene 4, scene 5. Anyway, Invincible Swordsman. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We're going thumbs up with this one.
Okay.
We have from Amazon, Playdate.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I wanted to see it.
I don't know.
Alan Richardson is fine, but the rest of it is just dumb. But if you want a dumb action movie, this is perfect. It's a good dumb action movie.
If you want to fall asleep to something, that's it. Probably.
Lots of
No, I didn't watch it.
And tires invisibly.
I didn't know it existed. People. All right. Next up, Batman. Then this is the Mighty Nein. Nine.
RPG.
Now you can't do one for this because you watched it with me. Del Toro's Frankenstein. I didn't mind that at all. Yeah. Go a little higher. There you go.
There, look at that. Oh!
We see it at the
Monster Finger.
Pepsi Frankenstein.
Last Samurai Stand so far. I'm one episode in, but I'm enjoying it. What do we got? This is Born to be Bad.
Born to be alive.
Osiris. I'm gonna have to go this way. Missy was watching a little bit with me. It's the alien movie we were watching where they were trapped or abducted by aliens, the soldiers. I don't think she remembers at all, which
very
is
wise.
Good.
Neither do I, and I saw it. Prep&Landing.
Prep&Landing.
It's okay. It should have been better, but it wasn't.
Okay, this one's another full length, but we'll let you see it afterwards. It's the documentary for Fire&Water making of Avatar.
Or I'll do the swimming. I'll do the swimming thing. There we
go. Going into cinemas, we have Stone Cold Fox.
This is my new rating.
Just to laugh.
No, it's cute. It's it is what it is.
Trap House.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Muzzle. City of Wolves.
It is what it... Oh, the dog. The dog's taking me. The dog's taking me. Okay. Rough.
I definitely need to get out to see this. Now you see me and now you don't.
Oh, God, I wish I knew a magic trick. Hold on. That would have been so great if I put it in my hand like this and suddenly a coin appeared.
You can't see my thumb. See? You can't see my thumb. What's the thumb trick?
It's magic.
I'm moving my thumb. Look,
all right. The remake or reboot of The Running Man. Ooh.
First half, that last part.
All right, Missy, you're up. Here we go. Wicked for Good. I enjoyed this.
4 thumbs up.
4 thumbs up. Sisu, Road to Revenge.
I'm just giving it an honorary thumbs up because I know I'm gonna like it.
Yeah, she'll like it for sure. We love the first one, so.
This is cool.
Zootopia 2.
Boom.
I'll have to ask my nephew. My mom just took.
Oh, Jax to see it, yeah. And then finally, but not least, Predator Badlands. I definitely give it 2 thumbs up. Enjoyed the hell out of that. And that was certainly a lot of fun. Which one are you giving a 10 and 2? 10 out of 10 for, Jake? Probably Sisu, probably. I'm guessing.
Whatever you wanted to.
Right.
He's giving a 10 out of 10 to you.
But anyway, if you do not know, please.
You want a piece of me?
You want a piece of me?
You want a piece of me?
Oh, you want a piece of me?
You want a piece of me?
You want a piece of me?
You got it! Get a piece of Rick.
Now with less P.
Yeah, we actually got through an entire show. He didn't have to relieve himself.
I'm amazed. I am effing amazed. I've been using Tai Chi on my system here, so I can hold it. I can hold it now. Also, I didn't
Well,
have it.
I give you credit, man. You came prepared one way or the other. I know that. But as always, thank you for joining me today. And of course, we missed Samurai, but he'll be back next time, hopefully. But if not, please like and subscribe. Give us your comments in the comment section below. Let us know your feelings on these films and these series. Good or bad, just be kind to us, at least. You don't have to be kind to the movies, just be kind to us.
Remember what Santa says. Be nice.
Be naughty or nice. Yep. It's that time of year. Watch yourselves. Anyway, thank you all. See you later. Have a good one.
Merry Christmas.